If you're still writing your lesson plans in Google Docs or Microsoft Word, then you're wasting your time. My name's Milo, and as a teacher and content coordinator for 12 English academies here in South Korea, I've spent years building education management systems with Notion that actually work. Now, those same tools support more than 50,000 educators like yourself worldwide. In this video, I'll walk you through a Notion setup that I use to manage literally thousands of lessons that's not only simple to use, but effective and scalable. This lesson planner is built around three core parts: subjects, lessons, and a lesson calendar. Now, this may sound simple, but that's exactly the point. If you're teaching many classes a week, over time, you're going to have hundreds of lessons to keep track of. And if your system is messy, well, then your planning will fall apart pretty quickly. The subjects section acts as categories or folders for your lessons, as well as a place to plan your curriculum. The lesson section is for housing your lesson content, and the lesson calendar is to get a bird's eye view of what you're teaching each week. You'll see a common theme here with these Notion for Teaching systems, where we are trying to keep things clean and reduce as much noise as possible. All right, let's start with the subjects section. So subjects act as categories or folders for lessons. So depending on who or what you teach, this may look a little different for everyone. So personally, I teach English language learning, so I would generally label my subjects as specific reading books or writing assignments that I want to group together. So I could even create a subject category for specific English skill level as well. Now, if you're a classroom teacher and teach many subjects, then you could label them as like math, science, English, and so on. In addition to labeling your subjects, you could also add a select property and differentiate your subjects even further. So in this example, I have my subjects as specific reading books and a select property for the English skill level. Now, let's get into what makes this section so useful for lesson organization. If we click into one of our subjects, a template page will automatically be created for us. On this page, we have all of our lessons tagged to this subject. Here, we can see that for our example benchmark subject, we have 4 lessons tagged to this specific subject. Below, we also have a lesson calendar showing us only the lessons tagged to this subject. We have a calendar view by month and by week as well. From here, we can click on one of our lessons and have access to all of the lesson material specific for that lesson. Being able to filter lessons like this through designated subject pages creates a structured way of organizing lessons while also keeping things clean and simple, which is especially important when you start having many subjects full of lessons to keep track of. All right, let's now talk about the lessons section. On this page, we have all of our lesson content. So aside from accessing lessons from the subjects page, as we saw earlier, we can also access all of our lessons at once here. All of the lessons on this page are sorted by teaching date, so the lessons you need to teach first will appear at the top here. As time goes by and you start having hundreds of lessons, grouping and filtering the lessons becomes more important. So on this page, we have different tabs to help with this. There is a tab to filter by class. We also have a tab to filter by subject, as well as an archive tab. So when you are finished teaching a lesson and you don't need them anymore, you can set the status to archive, and it will hide the lesson from view everywhere in this lesson planner and neatly store them in this archive tab. Let me show you what that looks like. If we click the status here, we go down to archive, it will hide it from view, and then it will save it in the archive tab here. If you need to reuse a lesson later in the future, you can find all of your old lesson material here. Let's now discuss these lesson properties. On the far left here, we have a status property. So this property is to help you know which lessons you have prepared materials for. Depending on the lesson you teach, you may need to prepare worksheets, videos, web resources, general lesson instructions, the actual lesson outline itself. So with this property, you can show which lessons still need to be prepared and which lessons you have content and are ready to teach. So stop trying to remember everything you need to do. Let this planner do it for you. Then obviously we have a property for the lesson name as well as a date property. So this date is the intended teaching date of the lesson. Finally, we have a property for your lesson subject and class. If you don't have traditional classes per se, or you would like a different type of filter tag, then you can change this to whatever you like. To end off this lesson section, let's go over the actual lesson content. So when an entry is created in this lesson database, a template is automatically applied to the page. This template is just a general lesson outline template. Let's take a deeper look by full screening this page here. At the top of this lesson page, we have a few properties. So we have our standard lesson information, so date, subject, and class. But we also have two properties for a web URL and a file upload. So in my classes, I teach from worksheets and PPT presentations. So I upload all of these files directly here, and maybe sometimes I have a link to a YouTube video as well. Below, there is an area to provide an overview of the lesson, objectives, and your lesson outline. In addition to the URL and file upload properties, you can also upload lesson resources directly onto the page here. Notion allows you to embed videos directly onto a page, so if you need to play a video quickly in class, or even just an audio file, you can do this here. Now, to be honest, when I started teaching years ago, I used Microsoft Word and Google Docs for all of my lessons. But now using Notion like this for lesson content is just a no-brainer. It can do everything a Google Doc can do, but just way more. Content is automatically saved, viewable from any computer, but you can also embed a variety of different content that a Google Doc just cannot do. Also, a Google or Word doc exists in isolation with no relationship to other lessons or even your calendar. Whereas Notion lets you add page properties to dynamically filter lesson content by subject, as well as a date property to let you view your lessons all on a calendar. Which brings me to the lesson calendar page. Here is where it all comes together. So on this page, you can see every planned lesson on a calendar. So viewing your lessons like this lets you see any conflicts you might have in your schedule. Maybe you have two lessons overlapping that doesn't make sense. You're also able to look ahead and see which lessons you have prepared materials for with this status property. There's something just different about looking at all your lessons on a calendar than a mega list on a spreadsheet. The calendar essentially acts as its own curriculum map as well. Now that you've seen how the lesson planner template works, let me quickly demonstrate how to create your first lessons. So let's say I have a reading book I would like to go over with my students. Each class, I will read one chapter from the book with them. I would first come over to the subjects page here and create a new subject by clicking on the New Page button at the bottom of the database. I will title this subject, we'll just call it Reading Book for this example, and then open up the page. You'll see that this subject's template has automatically been applied. Now, I would like to create new lessons within this subject, so one lesson for each chapter of the book. So similar to how we created a new subject, we can go over to the lesson database here and click on New Page. So since this lesson database has a filter to this subject titled Reading Book, any new lesson created from this view will automatically tag the subject to it. We can see this if we open up the new lesson. We can see that this subject Reading Book has been tagged to this new lesson automatically. Okay, I'll close this filter, and now let's give our new lesson a title. Let's call it Reading Book Chapter. Wow. Then I will select a class for this lesson. Let's say E5 low. Okay, I can proceed to create new lessons by clicking on the new page button more times, or I can highlight this lesson here and then click these 6 dots here and then click on duplicate. Or you can also use the hotkey Control D to duplicate the lesson really quickly. Let's change the titles here. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4. Okay, cool. Now I need to set a date for each of these lessons. I can select the date manually, or I can select all of them, like so, and drag them to the calendar like this. Then I can just arrange them as I like. And I find doing this is just a bit faster and just a bit smoother. Finally, you would just need to go through each of these lessons, adding your content, and then just changing the status from not started, preparing, and then ready. So we can see how the status changed over here. And you just need to go through each of these lessons, adding your content, and just changing the status. That's it. If you're ever unsure about how a section is used, you can click on one of these section help buttons, which will pull up a relevant part of this video to help you. Any teacher can probably tell you that lesson planning is one of their biggest administrative headaches. Over the years, my lesson planning templates compared to others have been the most downloaded. So clearly this is something that teachers constantly struggle with. But I can give you systems to help alleviate the stress of organization and make your teaching life a little more frictionless. If you would like a free copy of this template I showed in this video, click the link in the description down below. But if you want a complete education management system that I use, built with a lesson planner, student tracker, class system, grading, task management, and more, all integrated and connected seamlessly, then check out the Ultimate Teacher Planner, also in the description. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.